uh, and as mentioned by Shoaib, business analysis is one of the key or important role in the IT sector. So unless and until he ensures that his role or his responsibilities are completed on time, it is a dependency for other roles. So we'll go step by step, and we'll also go through what are the different skills that are required, what are the pre-requirements if you want to become a business analyst, and what are the important competencies if you want to go for a role of a business analyst. And as mentioned by Shoaib, we'll have a question and answers around Q&A at the end of the session. So utilize that opportunity when if you have any questions. So we'll move to the presentation. So first question that any person will have is, who can become a business analyst? So a person who has an analytical mindset, who is curious for solving the business problems, who has strong communication. So these are the key prerequisites or the key important skills that a person should have. He should have communication skills, good communication skills. He should have an analytical mindset, and he should always be curious to solve if there are any business issues, business problems. So and unless you have all these skills, it will not, this role will not suit you. So if you want to go for a business analyst role, or go for a business analysis professionals, and it is advisable that you have all these skills. And like he should also enjoy working with the data. So business analysts mainly work with the different stakeholders. And like, if you just to give you what how he works, like he works with different business stakeholders. He works directly with the client. Then he also works with the project managers. So he also, like a business analyst junior, there's a junior business analyst, there is a senior business analyst, there is a senior project manager, junior project manager. So and we has to work directly with the client, working with them to get the requirements. So unless and until he has a good communication, and he has an analytical mindset, it will be too difficult for him to complete his role. And as I mentioned, like, he should enjoy working with the data. He should enjoy working with different changes. If there are any changes that are coming up, he should always enjoy working with those changes as well. And so you have different specified process, or a streamlined process for how it is followed, how step by step, once he gets the requirements from the stakeholders, how he moves forward. So there are different um, steps in the IT sector. Like if you go by the software life cycle, so first phase is getting the requirements from the client, then it is documenting it. Then after that, planning will be done. In the planning phase, what are the requirements that we got is everything is once it document based on the plan. The requirements will be, the development phase will be happening. After that, testing phase will be happening. So these are different phases, like the design phase, requirement gathering phase, documentation phase. Then we have a project management role as well in that. So then the development will happen based on whatever the requirements that we have received from the stakeholders, from the client. So the stakeholders, client also becomes one of the stakeholders, and different people that I mentioned, quality analyst, business project managers, and delivery head, and all these different are the different stakeholders whom the business analyst normally interacts with. And he also interacts with the development team, testing team. So unless and until he has a good communication, and he has a curiosity to solve business problems, business issues, uh, so that is one of the key skills that a business analyst should always have. And are adapt and understanding business problems, and translating into requirements, business process, whatever the business processes are there. So if you example, if you take a it is an IT company, and we are developing a application development is happening, or moving from a legacy tool to a new rule tool. So we have to get what is the different requirements from the client, what are the different business processes that we have. And based on the, you have to translate into the requirements. So whatever the processes that we have, uh, like example, if you take if it is a login page. So login page should have a username, password. Then we should have for forget password. So all these are the different things that are there. There are the different requirements of the different requirements from the client. So how we have to make apply it or update in the application. So moving from a legacy thing which are already present with the features or functionalities which are already present, and moving to adding new functionalities, or using the existing functionalities to satisfy the client requirements. So example scenario also, like if you want to become business aspiring, if you're aspiring to become business analyst in, especially in a finance or IT or any domain, so it's good to have a domain knowledge. For if you want to go for a banking project, then it's advisable to get domain knowledge. What are the different uh, what are the different processes, or what are the different steps, or what are the different key terminologies that are being used in the specific processes. You should always have a domain knowledge for that specific project or specific process. So example, we mentioned banking project. We may have a CPOT project, we may have a IIT project, we may have application development, we may have a product development. So business analyst, there are different types of business analyst as well. It's not just a business analyst is a only a specific person. So there are different types of business, like the data analyst, business analyst, and IT analyst. So these are different. There are different types of business analysts we have in the IT sector or different sectors. So we just divide this work, like business is normally any business. If you take it is a business, uh, a person working to earn profit or earn revenue. So it is business. Analyst is a person who is working on the data, who is working on the working with the client to understand the business process, existing business process or new business process, and getting the requirements and working with the different teams. So analyst is a person who is working with the business or to achieve the business goals or business objectives. So we just divide the word business plus analyst. So it is business analyst. So as we have discussed already, you can become a business analyst. So these are the key skills. And moving, what are the different prerequisites, or the what are the different requirements? As we mentioned already discussed, that like, you should have analytical skills, problem solving skills. So analytical skills, we will go in deep. What is the analytical example? If you take a customer data is there, so you have to understand how much changes are happening, or how much is the difference in the purchasing model. So you have to understand based on the analytical problem solving. Like if there's any finding solutions to a process, or finding solution to a existing process or a new process, and trying to reduce the cost by 15%, 10%, whatever might be the. This is just an example of analytical skills, problem solving. So these are the key skills. If you want to become in a business analyst, these are the key skills. Communication, so ability to explain complex requirements. You may get any special requirement, complex requirement, or exceptional requirement from the customer, but how you translate or how you convert it into a simple term or a simple document, that is important. So that is the need for a communication skills, or written communication, or verbal communication, or like you also have to have different communication, also like with communication you have to also have good listening skills. What is the requirement from the client? Listening skills, and then is also speaking. So different skills that you have: listening, speaking, writing. So all comes under the all the different skills that a business analyst should have. Then technical skills, so it's good to have, it's not mandatory, but say it's good to have technical skills also, because uh, normally it's advisable for a business analyst or a PM, project manager, or any person who is in different IT sector. It's good to have additional technical skills as well, like having a proficiency or understanding the different tools like SQL, Excel, Jira. So Jira is one of the project management tool. Then Excel, everyone knows MS Office, and in that we have MS Excel. Excel is widely used. So these are the different technical skills. Certifications will also, this is just an added advantage with the experience, or if you want to go forward with the business analyst advanced roles, or you want to move in the ladder. business ladder, or you want to get promotion, or develop yourself, or get more learnings, or being a certified business analyst added gets add, gives more added advantage. So, so we have two majorly two certifications. We'll also just check one. So these are certified business analyst professional from IIBA, and another one is the Project Management Institute also provides a business analyst certification. So they are the different certifications. So we have understood who can become a business analyst. Then we also went through, or we have also got what are the prerequisites for business analyst and what are the different certifications that we have. So the next question that we have is, what are the different qualifications? So if you want to go for business analyst, what are the different qualifications that you should possess, or that you should have, and how much experience you should have in the industry, or is a new person who is a fresher can also go for it. So majorly, as per the educational background, a person who has completed bachelor's degree, it can be in business, commerce, IT, or any related field can go for the business analyst role. So bachelor's degree is important. It can be in commerce, IT, or business, or any related field as well. Like we have BBA also, bachelor's of business administration, and different bachelor's degrees that we have. So any education qualification, minimum a person should complete a bachelor's degree, or like a MBA also, an MBA per graduate also, or advanced degree, who have completed can also go for the business analyst roles. So moving to the like experience requirements, so we have normally in the business market, in the IT sectors, we have different internships that we have that are being offered by the different companies, different organizations. So if you want to go for an entry level role, relevant internships that we are getting, that we have in the market, you can go forward. You can also become a junior business analyst. So you can become an assistant to a business analyst, or already a person who is already a business analyst, you can work under him. Like example, if you want to become a CA, you do apprenticeship or internship some under a CA. So that's how, if you want to uh, become, you are becoming aspiring, or you want to go for a business analyst role, then you can also become an assistant to a person who's already a CA, who's already a designated CA, or who is working as a CA role. You can become, you can work with him closely. So I have seen majorly many people who have moved from different roles, like development or testing, or different teams that they were into, and they were into different roles. Then they, if they were aspiring, or they want to move to a business analyst, they have worked closely with the business analyst, uh, work with them closely, working, attending different meetings with them. So they have also, later they have moved to the business analyst role. So it's always like getting the exposure, working if you have an interest. So you have to tell that you want to become business analyst, any opportunity you are looking for. So it's always good to ask in the organization. If you're already working, then ask in the organization, this is the role that I'm aspiring. So they will also provide a complete support for that. So there's then moving to the advanced roles that we have, as we mentioned, like business analyst, then senior business analyst, then we have a project manager. Like in that also we have associate project manager, then junior project manager, and project manager. So advanced roles, you move when we move to from business analyst, it's a project management role, or agile knowledge, getting the agile. So we have different types of projects, or different types of process that we have, like agile waterfall. So getting the, if you want to go in the advanced role, then you can also get the knowledge on project management, agile knowledge, and stakeholder management. Then like scenario wise, if we like example or scenario, that's as I already mentioned, an entry level BA may start working with the may start assisting in the stakeholder interviews, on the requirements gathering meetings, so that he takes more responsibility, and later he can move to the business analyst role. So as we have already covered the qualifications and like as I mentioned, bachelor's degree, then experience wise you can join any internships or any junior roles. So it's qualifications and experience needed we have already covered. So moving to the key skills, like key skills that you should have, we have already discussed. Like the key skills you should have is analytical, problem solving, communication, technical skills. Uh, but what are the key skills in, and what are the expectations if you are moving to a real time project, or you're working on moving to a live project? So these are the key skills. So what is the key skill to become BA? We have already covered. So how once you move to a real time project, or you're onboarded to a project, a new project or an existing project. So these are the key skills. But normally a business analyst is expected, as we mentioned, he should have a good collaboration skills, because you have to work closely with different teams, different stakeholders, so coordinating with them. Uh, Coordination and working closely to ensure that everyone is following what are the business requirements, following the business requirements and working on it. So coordinating with the QA to verify requirements. So collaboration is the key expectation. A business normally it's expected that he collaborates with different teams and to verify the requirements. Then adaptability wise, as we already discussed, he should be a good change manager. He should always welcome new changes. So adaptability wise, or flexibility wise, he should be an ability to adjust to changes in whether in the project scope or project requirements. So we have different processes for that also. If a change board is there, change management process is there. So it's not that we, if there are any changes in project scope or project requirements, we normally accept like that only. We also have different processes for that as well. But just touching upon that, like changes in project scope also, you should be flexible, or you should be adaptable, have an adaptability skills. Attention to detail. So this is a key skill. So ensuring that requirements whatever are being provided by the client, or provided by the customer, or all those requirements are being accurately followed, and it's been documented. So attention to detail is one of the key skills a business analyst should also have. When these are the key skills that are required, and also what is expected if you're working on a live project or a real time project. And then prioritization wise, you should also have the prioritization skills, as like if you balancing what are the different tasks that we have in hand, and based on what are the different dependencies, what are the different impacts, and based on the different deadlines, like abcd four tasks are there. So how he balances, and how the different dependencies are there. So example, once a task is complete, then we have to move to the b task, then c task. So that is like waterfall approach. Normally if you follow an agile process also, simultaneously a b can be completed, b c can cd can be completed. So these are different uh, like terminologies or different process that are being followed. So here should all have a prioritization, like which should be completed first, and which deadline is in the near future, or what are the different schedules that we have. So balancing based on that, completing the task and doing like it's not he also does his task, but he also ensures that whoever is working, like he works with scrum masters also, scrum masters and quality analyst, like ensuring that the quality is being maintained. Then he works with development team, testing teams, SIT team, UAT team, so IT teams and different teams. So balancing all those tasks that have been completed, as everyone is following the schedule, and everyone is understanding the impact, and everyone is respecting the timelines or the deadlines. So prioritization wise, he has to ensure all all these aspects. Like example also, or a scenario wise, like if business analysis working in a like mid project, and the scope changes, then so he has to reprioritize the task and understand that which new features has the highest importance. So whether this new feature is important, or it has a higher impact. So it is something as a finance report, or is it is something a year end report, or quarterly report, monthly report, daily report, bi-weekly report, or different reports that we have, or different. I'm just giving an example. So we have different reports that we have. So understanding what are the, if we are adding a future new functionality or new feature, and that helps to generate a report, and it is bi-weekly report or a daily report. Understanding, you reprioritizing the task and adding that new feature, and if a existing if you're developing or making changes, some minor changes in the existing features also, so which have more importance, or which has more impact, and based on the timelines, so asking the required development teams or testing teams or quality analyst team to uh, do the necessary changes or necessary advancements. Like, so we have already discussed the key skills and what has been expected in real time project. Then moving to the, what are the different like as a business analyst, solution design also. So he also has to ensure that solution design is also solution design is also been done. So business analyst helps in defining the solutions, like converting what are the different problems or processes or functionalities, and moving it to an epic, or these are different process, if I say in a high level wise. So we have first epic, then user stories, then redefinement, drilling down into different tasks. So high level, what is the different high level goals? An example wise, if I go by that, so if we are enhancing the user login process, so based on the user login process, is an epic, or it is a major goal or a major functionality or major feature that we are enhancing. Then user story is something that different task or different things that needs to be completed to achieve that epic, or to achieve that goal. So epic is nothing but a high level goal, and user story is nothing but a specific task or a different things that needs to be completed. As a user, if you want to reset a password, they're like, so to reset the password so that he can gain access if he forgot the user wants to forgets a password, so what are the different where he has to click, and how he has to move forward. So there are different specific tasks or different things that needs to be completed. So this comes under user stories. Then moving to the refinement, so adding details like what are the different business logic and what are the technical dependencies. So it's not just getting the requirement, but what is the logic behind that? What is the business logic and what is the technical dependencies on that? Like to complete this, to achieve this business process or business feature or business functionality, what are the different dependencies are there, or what are the special or dependencies, or what are the interrelated things are there? So that also he has to ensure that it's been understood clearly. So these are different things that a business analyst has to do in a solution design as well. Like as an example wise, if you take like improving login security, so user story will be enable multi-factor authentication or offer social login options. So most of the, like if you see, most of the sites are now providing the social login options like Facebook, Gmail, and different other login options. So this is just to improve the login security, or just to ensure the multi-factor authentication, or these are different things that we can provide as an option to the customer or to the client. So one is, first is the user's login security, then second is the multi-factor authentication, and third is the social login options. So he has to define or document or do the do these features to ensure that a customer is happy or a client is happy. Like as we discussed that he works with different stakeholders, so he also works with leadership teams. What are the, so this is if you are already working as, if you know this business analyst role, or if you are aspiring for a business analyst role, so these are the things that we also have to work with closely with the leadership team, whether it is a mid-level leadership or a senior level leadership. So what are the things that you normally present to the leadership. So these are normally you a business analyst presents what are the risk assessment, what are the different risks that we have, and he also provide the impact analysis, and he also shows what are the different recommendations or what are the different suggestions to improve the process, existing process or the new process. So risk assessment wise, he provides technical, operational, functional risk, financial risk, and impact wise he provides what are the different potential evaluating the potential impacts on business process. So whatever business processes or business revenue that we are getting, so he also evaluates the those analysis. Like also like in analysis wise also he does a gap analysis also. Once he uh, gets the requirements from the client, he also does a gap analysis. What is the gap from the existing functionalities or feature, and what are the new functionalities and feature, what is the gap or what is the difference. Like, and moving like normally if a business you are into business analyst role or a project manager role or different roles, scrum master roles or visualization, normally if you are giving a presentation to a leadership team or a senior management team or a management team, so it's advisable to use the different charts or graphs or different matrices to show your whatever you want to show, your insights or data insights or whatever you want to represent or do what you want to do presentation wise. It's advisable to use charts, graphs. An example wise, like a BA reporting on a new feature may access risk like integration challenges or mitigation steps. So what is the integration challenges that we have? If you're integrating from the legacy platform to a new platform, or you are integrating some other features, so what are the different challenges, and what are the? It's not just showing that these are the challenges, but how we can reduce those. Or how we can avoid or how we can mitigate normally, how can we can reduce, so providing those steps also to the leadership. So these are just more advanced or what, like we have as we are moving in, like if you are you want to go for business knowledge, so these are the things normally if you business will also ensure that test cases like whatever features or functionalities that development team is doing, and once that is developed or once that is been ready, so testing is done. So it's not just uh, normal testing is done, we also have to document that whatever the test cases or whatever the test scenarios that we had, what are the test screenshots are there, so we also have to document each and everything. So business analyst also have to ensure that he also identify the key scenarios, what are the key scenarios that he that needs to be covered to ensure that proper testing is done, or ensuring that we are maintaining the quality, and the development team has completed their task effectively or efficiently. So to ensure that, you also have to identify different scenarios that needs to be covered in the testing phase. So whether it's a internal testing or different types of testing. So he also ensure that different scenarios needs to be covered. So not only just identifying the scenarios, he also has to ensure that the test cases are being prepared. So defining that test cases are being prepared, and what are, like example, if we take example of order processing, so this is one of the scenarios, order processing. And if you are moving to test cases wise, what are the different steps that can be performed, uh, what are the different features that we are testing, like is the payment feature that we are testing, or an inventory or stock update is there. So those things also needs to be tested. So these test cases also are also been defined, end to end test cases, like from beginning to end, or end to end test cases, what each and every what testing needs to be done, that also has to be, he has to also define that. So first identifying the scenarios, then defining the scenarios as well, defining the test cases as well, and use case based testing. So he also has to define the test cases based on the user interactions, whatever interactions or whatever interaction that he had with the client or with the customer. So he also has to ensure that those testing need are being completed. So then only we can mark this functionality or feature is working properly, or it is 100% meeting the quality standards. Like example, if we take a test case for an e-commerce website. So the steps that need to be, like, normally if you take Amazon, Flipkart, or any other or e-commerce website, if you take, so steps that needs to be test cases, or the steps that needs to be tested is like once the customer is adding that into the cart, or once he's moving to the payment process, payment stage, and once that payment is done, or once the order is done, so confirmation, different order confirmation, payment confirmation. So all those test cases, if you're example, if you are preparing a new, or developing, or application development is done for a mm, new website or an existing website, so you have to ensure all these e-commerce, if it is an e-commerce business, so these things have been covered. So just an example wise, test cases wise, all these test cases are been prepared, and all these are captured, screenshots are also been captured. So this we have already discussed. So there's a uh, just reiterating, or just mentioning that if you want to advance in your business analyst, so these are the career development tips. So you can go for certification, the certification that we have already discussed. One is by the PMI, Project Management Institute, and another is from the IIBA. CBAP is one certification, and PMI offers a PBA certification that we have already discussed in the beginning. And also the advancing, like if already you're in the business analyst and you want to uh, grow, want to advance in that in that role, so this certification plays a key role. It's just an added advantage. So if a person who has experience and certification gets an more added advantage on that. And as we have mentioned, like tool proficiency wise, so Jira or whatever tools that a business analyst is using, or that specific client is using, or tool proficiency also. Majorly, Jira is now the trending one project management tool. So I have mentioned Jira here. Then SQL, is most of the companies use SQL and other tools to ensure that developing in those tool efficiency also being, you are also good at that those tools. Focus on continuous learning, so take different courses on, as we discussed, like project management courses, agile course, or lean is also one of the process. So continuous learning, if you want to grow in that specific role. Like example, if we what we have discussed before is a finance process, or a IT process, so specializing in, if is example, healthcare process. So if you want to specialize in each in any domain, so you have to get wo- enhance your learning, or increase continuous learning is important in that. Yeah. So this is what I had, and we are good for, we are open. Shoaib, this is all I had. So we are, I am open for any questions.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Abdul Qadir Bhai. This is very good, and I see very comprehensive overview of the entire BA ecosystem that we have covered. So yeah, I will just stop recording, and this